Hi everyone. So the last video I did, I talked about the ADHD strength of energy. I'm pretty sure, I did integrity and energy right next to each other to make up for missing a video on Christmas Eve. So I'm pretty sure the last one was energy. Doesn't matter. The point is, they were both the last ones. Now this one is going to be about the ADHD strength of humanity. And I know that sounds like another, integrity, another one of those things that's more of personality based, in terms of your upbringing or in general how you tend to interact with people based on your experiences, or your situation, or the way your opinions evolve. But when it comes to ADHD, because of the way it kind of helps mutate or change the way your brain functions, and your brain, does everything else for you in your body, therefore it has a strong connection to your emotions, and that's where it plays into things like anxiety. Now, because of that, these kinds of personality traits, like softer personality traits, come into play really, really easily. So even if you don't have much reason to be that to have that kind of humanity towards people when you're growing up, of course you'll be affected, but if you have ADHD, it's probably easier for you to sympathize. Now, before I probably get into this, I'm just going to make a mention as usual. If you like the content and want to see more, follow, leave a like, comment, questions in the comments, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I'm building on and finding my feet with. Same as this one still. And, well, let's get into it then. So what I mean by humanity is specifically, you have a sort of, people with ADHD tend to have like an acute sensitivity or awareness of the emotions of other people. So say you're in a room and, I don't know, half of the people in the room are feeling down. Yeah, it could be like a party. Say you're in a party and half the people in the room are feeling down. You don't know why, you haven't spoken to them, you don't know what's going on with them. You perhaps they're not even frowning or anything, perhaps they're smiling and they're joking. But sometimes people who are feeling negatively can give off a sort of negative vibe that people pick up on. The atmosphere kind of grows with it. It's strange. But say then you're someone with ADHD standing in that room. Most other people probably not notice, or notice one or two and be like, oh, some people seem a bit down today, I wonder why, if they notice at all. But if you have ADHD, you're more likely to pick up on this weird vibe of negativity and notice that the atmosphere is dropping. In my case, if I'm in a room like that, despite my anxieties and despite my own issues with social interactions, I hate it. And I don't hate the negative vibes in the room because it makes me feel down. I hate it because, using this example, if it's a party or something like that, I want people to be happy. I want people to be happy for themselves. I want them to be enjoying, regardless whatever issue they're going through. People deserve to have a minute or two at least, or 5 minutes of happiness, of cheerfulness. So I will do whatever I can in that space of time to cheer people up. I will talk to them, I'll crack jokes, sometimes I'll even make a fool of myself, which later anxieties come in and it makes me feel really, really bad. I'm like, oh my god, why did I do that? But at the time, I did it for a good reason, so there we are. Now, kind of makes me a good babysitter now that I think about it with the kids. Yep. Anyway, so, yeah, and it's kind of like, you don't notice, think of it like this as well, you don't notice the people, everyone you walk past on the street. And when you're in a cafe, you don't notice every person sitting down having a cup of coffee. You don't even notice how many waiters or waitresses there are, perhaps. And this is an example I'm taking straight from an anime called Noragami, where they were kind of using this to explain some supernatural element, but I'm using it to explain picking up on these sensitive emotions. Now, you don't pick up on that, but if you're someone who's anxious or quiet, like you're the quiet kid in the corner, literally, and you don't want to be seen, it's very easy to do so, especially in a big room with a lot of people, because you sit far back, you sit out the way, you keep your head down, you keep it to yourself, you keep quiet, no one will notice. Most of the time, not all the time. Now, it feels lonely and isolating. I've been that kid myself. But if I'm in a room where someone else is like that, because I know how bad it feels, because I know how lonely it can get, I can't help myself but to go over and talk to them. This weird sense of confidence comes out of nowhere. I draw on it, I talk to them, I try to goad them out of the corner to interact, if not with other people, then with me, to have a bit of fun, to make them laugh. And it's actually one way I've made most of the friends I've made in my life, to be honest, kind of doing that sort of thing. And interacting with school groups when I've done volunteering work, it's how I get the kids, even the shyer, more introverted kids, to interact with the class and what's going on and to have fun, because it's a horrible feeling to not be noticed, even when you don't want to be noticed. And I do my best to try and break that for other people, even though I can't break it for myself half the time. Now, that's the best way I can give an example for humanity as a strength of ADHD. It means you are literally that. You are sensitive to how others are feeling. If the room goes down, you feel down. And because of other people, you don't want them to feel down. Because in general, most people don't want to feel bad. So the best course of action then is do something to bring the mood up. It also means that when the room is up, and everyone's really happy and you get that vibe from the environment, you tend to be able to draw on that as a source of confidence and of strength, of will to go out there and be a social butterfly for a change. So yeah, now that's the best way I think I can explain this humanity as a strength of ADHD. And in my head, it'd be personally, I think, one of the top 3 best strengths of ADHD, if I'm honest. I think creativity is my favorite one because it's just fun, and I'll talk about creativity another time. But humanity is right up there with it because it's important, especially in this day and age. And not only can it do good for other people, it can do good for you as well. So there we are. If you weren't aware and you have ADHD and you've had these moments when you've noticed people feeling down, feeling upset, or even feeling really happy, or you've been that person, like I said, who's God, I've noticed that person who's just like me. I gotta bring them out the corner. I hate how it feels for me. I gotta bring them out of it. And have done something like that, say so in the comments, because yeah, it's a good thing. I don't know any other way to put it. Sometimes I feel like my words are too simple, but in this case, it is as simple as that. It's a really good strength. It can be a bit of a double-edged sword because it also means, when people are even slightly upset, you'll start to feel immensely upset. But I think its strengths, its pros weigh out its cons. So that's why it's a strength and not a weakness. So if you like that, and you want to see more, I think next time I will talk about, give me a second, resilience. Yes. Have I already talked about creativity? I don't think I have. Okay, next time, because I like the list, I like the way some of this stuff is written in this book that I got from my meeting. It is formatted, and I have my own sort of structure. I will, in the next video, talk about resilience, because I think that's highly, highly important as well. And then I think after that, I'll get into creativity. Now, if you're interested in all that, please, follow me here on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a like, comment, like I said, questions in the comments, or relatable stories even, now that I think about it. And I'll see you next time. Bye!